Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It is me once more. The guy named Lynn. That guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, we are back. No manga video. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. As you can see, since last time, I've expanded my shelf. I think last time, I think the max my manga went to was probably like mid there. But now it goes all the way over here, and I'm almost done with that. The reason for the big old growth was one, it's been a long time, since I've gave y'all a proper update, and two, um, my birthday was recently. I'm 16 now. I got a lot of stuff from that, a lot of money from my family, and birthday presents and stuff like that. So now it's over here. I got a lot of cool stuff. There's also a lot of bulk buying. For example, Call of the Night. I spent a lot of money on that. Ugh. Anyways, sorry, I just drank a lot of Coke. Um, we're gonna do a video where I tell you how much of the manga I've read, how much manga on this shelf I've made. This is inspired by a guy named Tennis. If you know that guy, he's a really cool YouTuber. I like his manga stuff. So, and this idea is inspired from him. So go check that guy out. He's way more popular than me. But I kind of inspiration. You get the point. Anyways, let's start off. First up is After God. I've only read about 3 volumes. I want to read the 4th because I think the story it's somewhere interesting. I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep me on the hook because stuff will just happen. Um, and it's just I don't know. I think the main driving force is the main bad guy at that point in the series. Um, but I'll keep reading it when I get more time and stuff like that. There's just hair on my phone. Anyways, next up is Berserk. I've read halfway through volume 1. Not because it's anything gross or anything like that. Like I could definitely stomach Berserk. It's just that I have way more interesting mangas to read, like Tower Dungeon, Kagurabachi, JoJo's, Hunter x Hunter, Elden Ring, stuff like that. And I just haven't really found myself wanting to read Berserk recently. But I have found myself wanting to collect Berserk. So yeah, now I just have 8 volumes. I think beforehand, I think in my last manga video, I had 2. So yeah, we've expanded about 6 volumes. Next up, we have Black Clover. I literally can't read this volume. I can't. Um, Halfway through the volume, it like jump cuts to a whole different scene, and it just skips a whole section, and then it repeats later, and then keeps on going. So I don't know. I literally just cannot read that volume. So yeah. Bungo Stray Dogs. I've also read like halfway through this volume. Um, mainly because yet again I have better stuff to read other than Bungo Stray Dogs. So yeah. Next up is Call of the Night. I think I've read up to volume 6 and like halfway through volume 6. I think it's a good romance story. With vampires and all that stuff. But yet again, I've been wanting to collect other stuff such as One Piece or Tower Dungeon, stuff like that. So yeah, I've had a pause on it a little bit, so I'll get to that later. Next up is Chainsaw Man. I've read every single volume of Chainsaw Man. Um, that's just how good it is. I love Chainsaw Man. And nobody ever can tell me different. Next up is Chojin X. This is the Sui Ishida. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Also known as the author of Tokyo Ghoul. Chojin X is actually really good. It's kind of, I'd say it's more. I was gonna say it's more Chojin X. It's literally called Chojin X. I'd say it's more Tokyo Ghoul. If you're a Tokyo Ghoul fan, you're probably gonna like Chojin X. And I like Tokyo Ghoul, so therefore I like Chojin X. It's a little different from Tokyo Ghoul because it's not just a Tokyo Ghoul ripoff. Um, but it does more things differently from Tokyo Ghoul that sets it apart, while also still having that same kind of vibe of like demi-human stuff like that, body horror, stuff like that. Um, and I've read up to 6 volumes. On Christmas, I plan on getting 8, 9, and 10. I think that's what I asked my mother to get me at least. Because I think it's anything after the third volume just gets way more expensive. Because I think the first volume is like 14, 15-ish dollars. And then later on here, it's like 17, 18. So yeah, I've been kind of holding off because of how expensive it gets. Next up is Zydark. I've only read 3 volumes. I literally just got volume 4 a couple days ago, and I haven't found any time to read it. But if you don't know what Zydark is, then you probably know who Q Hayashida is. There, it took me a second. Q Hayashida is, because they made Doridoro. It may be pronounced Dorohedoro. I don't know. I just like saying Doridoro better. But that manga show or anime apparently is really good. I've only watched like partway through the episode, or through the first episode, and I don't know. It didn't really capture me like Dark did. Basically Dark is like a sci-fi dark comedy thingy, and it's really good. There's some really good characters. Like the one I'm sticking in for is Shimada Death. I really like that character. But anyways, next up we have Dawn the Dawn. This is my second favorite manga of all time. But I've only read 14 volumes. I was gonna read volume 15 the second I got it, but I don't know. I just never got around to it. But of course, Dawn the Dawn, you probably know, you've probably watched the anime. The anime is also peak. And that anime has made Science Zero my favorite animation studio of all time. But yeah, Dawn the Dawn is peak. I think volume 14 wraps up the Space Globus arc, so I'll keep in touch for volume 15 and see what arc that goes into. Okay, next up, we're going back this way now. We have The Listless in Dungeon. I so forgot how many volumes I've read. I think I've read up to volume 5. I think I've read all of these, and I haven't read 5 yet. I've watched the anime, and I like the anime, so I've been getting the manga to see what happens afterwards, and I have a few volumes that does cover what happens afterwards, but I haven't finished. I haven't collected the rest of The Listless in Dungeon, so I might have to do that. Next up is Dog Ningen. Dog Ningen is really good. It's a YouTuber manga. I think I have 2. Yeah, I have 2 YouTuber mangas. The other one being Monsters We Make, which I'm getting the 3rd volume of. But I'll talk about that later. This is actually really good. He has this manga has a 5th volume, but I'm not getting it yet, mainly because I want more. I want to bulk collect this. I don't want to just buy one and then wait years for the next one. I want to stop here. I've read all 4 of these, by the way. I want to stop here, and then when he eventually releases more, I'd probably buy like up to 8. Go 5 to 8, and then read all those in one sitting, and then do that. Anyways, we have Elden Ring. I've only read up to halfway through this. Volume 6 is pretty good. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I love this manga so much. It's basically based off the video game, but it's more comedy based. I think in the first or second volume it says it's a gag manga. It just breaks the fourth wall entirely. Which I like. I'm pretty sure the Deadpool manga does the same thing, but I haven't collected the Deadpool manga, so I wouldn't really know. But all I know about Deadpool, I know more than I'm getting off topic. But all I know, I'm going through loops. I'm going through loops. But basically, one thing about Deadpool is that he'll just constantly break the fourth wall, and that's what I kind of like about Deadpool, and that's why he's my favorite superhero. And I kind of like this, what this kind of does here, where it breaks the fourth wall every now and then, and it's really funny. I definitely recommend. Next up is Fire Force. I haven't even read all the way through the first omnibus. I've read almost through it, but I stopped. I think it's good so far. I had a big Fire Force phase, but I still haven't read through the first omnibus, and I don't know why I keep collecting. I don't even know why I have 2 and 3 yet. Probably just because if I just had one omnibus of this and had it stacked on my collection, it'd look really bad, which it would. But yeah, I've only read like almost. I'm on like the 500th page of the omnibus, so I'll probably read it more. I've skimmed through omnibus 2 and 3, and the amount of fan service I saw in 3 was enough to keep me away. So yeah, Fire Punch. I've read almost through this volume. I haven't finished a lot of these series. I just realized. But it's by Tatsuki Fujimoto. If you know who Tatsuki Fujimoto is, you know he made Chainsaw Man. He's a really weird dude. And Fire Punch also has some weird stuff. If you know, you know. But I haven't read through all of it yet. Free Rent. I've only read partway through volume 3. I'm getting way more of this because there is a MMV. I think it's at MMV. Basically a manga music video of the Golden Land arc, and it was so peak. It was probably one of the best MMVs I've ever watched in my life. The music was good. The animation was good. But yeah, the guy who made it was Ninjaristic Ninja, I think, or something like that. He makes really good stuff. Go watch his stuff. It's really good. It's really peak. In the manga, the music that he chooses to use for the manga is peak. Every time, it's peak. Next up is Gachi Yakuza. I've read all of this, of course. I've read all of this. It is unbelievably peak. The anime is already caught up to the point I'm at. But I have refrained myself from not watching the anime, not only because I can't watch it, but also I just want to read the manga. But I'll probably, like, if I could watch the anime, I'd probably watch up to the point I'm at, and then keep going with the manga when more of the volumes release. But yeah, I've read all of it. Now I have Hunter x Hunter. I've only read up through partway of volume 12. The rest of these are so peak. I think it's like 8-ish through, like 8 to 12 is what covers the whatchamacallit, the New York New City arc. That arc is peak. It's one of my favorite arcs. And I want to collect more of Hunter x Hunter because I want to get to the Chimera Ant arc, and it's gonna be so peak, and I want it. Inuyashiki. I've read through part way of the first volume. Actually, no, I've read through all of it. I just remembered I've already read through all of Inuyashiki, and it is peak, and I like it. I like it a lot. The JoJo Lands volume. I can't speak Japanese. So I haven't read it. It's mainly on display for showcase reasons and stuff like that, and, if I ever just want to look at it. But yeah, I haven't read it because I can't read Japanese. Part 7, here we go. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. This is arguably the best JoJo's part. My personal opinion is probably like part 5 or part 9, but this has actually been really good so far, and I'll probably give my honest opinion when I actually finish it. The 4th volume of this actually has come out, but I've yet to read it, or buy it, of course. But yeah, I've read like probably halfway through 3. I can't wait to finish it and then get to 4 or volume 4 and then keep reading because I really like Steel Ball Run. I've made two videos on it, one covering 1 and 2, and I might make a 3rd. Who knows? Kagurabachi is up next. I've read all of this. I've read all of Kagurabachi. Because I love it. I love the sword stuff. I don't know. It's my main inspiration for sword battles and stuff like that. And I just love sword battles because of Kagurabachi. And Kagurabachi is peak. And if you haven't read Kagurabachi, read Kagurabachi. It's peak. Kamuto, read it. Look back, read it. Made it this halfway. Let's slow down. Kamuto is also great. Made by the guy who made the Legend of Zelda manga. It's about dragons and stuff. And I definitely go read it. Look back. Another Tatsuki Fujimoto work. It's about art stuff. And it takes a really dark turn near the end. And it's really sad. Probably go read it because I think that one shot's really good. Made in Abyss. There's some weird stuff in this one. I'm gonna be so for real. The main character in one scene is like strung up naked, and it's weird. It's weird. I like the reason why I bought it is because of the Abyss. I really like the Abyss aspect of it, not because of the cheese pizza in it. All right, that part was really weird, and it kind of saved me off from reading or collecting it. But I'll probably go back to collecting it soon. All right, and we're nearing the end, folks. Next up we have Mob Psycho. I have not read a single one. I've watched the anime. I watched 2 seasons of the anime. Could not get through the 3rd because I cannot stand Mob's new voice actor for the dub. I just can't, and I don't like watching subs. So yeah, I haven't read any of this. I'll probably collect the rest of the manga when I start reading it again. But yeah, that's it. Next up, we have Monsters Remake. This is the Kori Kenshin manga. And I am an avid watcher of Kori Kenshin, and I really like his manga. It's a little hard to follow, especially in Volume 2 and at the end of Volume 1. It is really hard to follow the fights, as panels just feel like they have been cut out, and it's just like, what happened? Like, a character will kick, and then, and like, in the next panel, all of a sudden, they're like halfway across the battlefield. Like, what happened, man? But other than that, that's my only gripe. The story is really good, and I think the characters are really good, and I can't wait for Volume 3 to come out mid-December. Nana, I've only read through part of it, and I can't remember a single page, so I'm probably just gonna have to reread. And that's all I really have to say. I think it's a shoujo. I don't know. I'll have to read more and give you my opinion later. One Piece. I've read 2 volumes so far. These 2, these 3 I bought for my birthday. Or at least my mom gifted them me for my birthday. So I'll definitely have to be reading those. So far it's peak. I love One Piece. In the anime, I'm up to the Marineford, or like halfway through Marineford. And it's peak. I love Marineford so much. It's peak. Go read One Piece, please. Please go read One Piece. Anyways, we have One Punch Man. I've read every single one except for 23. I got 23 and I never read it. I need to. But the thing that's keeping me away from One Punch Man is the constant reminders of the shitty anime. First season was so good. It was so peak. But then season 3 dropped and it was just mid. It was horrible. They dropped so much of the art. I get it that it was Bandai Namco's biggest flunder ever, and I blame them entirely for the absolute stinker we got for a season 3. Especially since it's literally the best arc in One Punch Man. Like, I think like most people can agree that the best arc of One Punch Man is the Monster Association arc, the Monster Association arc, and the fact that they butchered it with season 3 is just so sad. Next we have Orb. I have read through like up to I can't really remember. I think I've almost finished it. I've gotten way past the first volume. I'm probably like near the end of volume 2 in this omnibus. And I want to collect it. But the problem is that these omnibuses are $25. $25. Mind you, I got 3 volumes of Fire Force for like $20. Like around the same price. There's no reason why a 2-volume omnibus should be $25. Like, what the hell, man? Okay, next up we have Ruri Dragon. I made an anime video on this one. Or not an anime, a manga video on this one. I've only read the first one. I got the second one because it was my birthday and I wanted to get more of it because I thought I thought the first volume was really good. I still haven't read the second one. Next up, we have Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is peak. The anime is so goddamn shit. The the first 11 episodes are the most boring episodes I've ever watched in my life. There's very few stuff that happens in those episodes. But to be fair, that's like that's like before Sakamoto Days really begins. Like that for those first 11 episodes is like before the real stuff starts happening, right? And then when they animated the Death Row Inmates arc and the I think it's the JCC training arc. When they animated those two, it was peak. Anything like the 11 episodes of the anime is horrible. It's boring. It's bland. I hate it. But anything after, just please, if you're gonna watch the anime, watch it for the Sword Bearer, not the Sword Bearer assassination arc. That's Kagurabachi. Watch it before the Death Row Inmates arc, please. Anyways, we have Shaman King. I've read halfway through Shaman King, but this volume is so old and it's so yellow and it smells like an old book that I'd find in an ancient library. That I could not get through it, bro. It was giving me a headache reading through something that felt so ancient. Shy read through halfway through the second volume. I thought it was good. I thought it was alright, I guess. It does have a different take on the superhero genre and stuff like that, but it's no My Hero Academia, I guess you could say. I don't know. I just find the characters cute. Anyways, Soul Eater. I've read this. I've read the Soul Eater manga. Or at least the first volume. I need to collect more of it. Because I love Soul Eater and it is it's one of my favorite anime known to man. But the ending of the anime is so eh. But it's whatever. Tokyo Ghoul. I've read it. I just said I love Tokyo Ghoul. This stuff is peak, right? I like it. Yet again by Sui Ishida. So definitely go read Tokyo Ghoul. Just don't watch the anime. Most edgy stuff ever. Now we get to Tower Dungeon, which, in my opinion, is the best manga ever made. I love this manga. It is my favorite manga of all time. I love the scale of it. Tsutomu Nihei has one of the best art known to man. I love it so much, and it's just so peak. Yeah, I've read both of these, and I've yet to read the third one. I just got it, and I'm gonna read it soon. Trust. Yeah, go read that. Please go read it. Next up is Whoever Steals This Book. It's all furry stuff in that book, or in that manga. Which is probably why I read it. You know, big furry here, woo. But yeah, I think it has an interesting esque story. I think it's getting an anime like next year. I may collect more of it, but you know, I'd have to read through the rest of the first volume. I've only read through a bit of it. But anyways, that concludes. Let me zoom out. That concludes the how much manga I've read on my shelf. If any of you wanna do the thing where you like count how many manga volumes I have read and how many I haven't read, and then do like the average or whatever the Tennis guy does, then probably do that or something. I don't know. I don't really care either way. But yeah, that's it. See ya.